This is the story of a very hungry pigeon named Percy. Percy was no ordinary pigeon. Oh no, he was a peculiar pigeon, with an extraordinary appetite and an even more extraordinary imagination. For example, when he saw a hot dog stand, he didn't just think, "I want a hot dog." He thought, "I want that delicious tube of meaty goodness, so I can gobble it up in one bite, and then take a little bow and everyone will applaud, because I am such a magnificent pigeon." So naturally, when Percy saw the biggest sandwich in the world sitting right in the middle of the park, he didn't just think, "I want that sandwich." He thought, "That sandwich looks like the moon, and I am a tiny pigeon, which means it's my destiny to eat the entire thing in one bite, and then fly around the park like a helicopter while crumbs fall from my beak, because I am such a magnificent pigeon." And Percy was well on his way to doing exactly that when a wise but goofy-looking squirrel named Sammy showed up. "Whoa, whoa there, little buddy," said Sammy. "You may want to slow down on that sandwich because it is, in fact, mine." Percy stopped in his tracks and stared at Sammy incredulously. "Yours? How could you possibly think that it's yours?" "Because," Sammy said, puffing out his chest, "I found it first." Percy shook his head dramatically. "But I was eating it first. That's even better than finding it first." "Oh, really? Well, how about we split the difference and you eat the top half and I eat the bottom half?" Good idea," said Percy. "Except I actually want to eat the whole thing in one bite, and then fly around the park like a helicopter, while crumbs fall from my beak, because I am such a magnificent pigeon." Sammy sighed. "Look, if you want to do that, that's fine, but don't complain when your tummy hurts so bad you can't fly." "But why would I complain?" said Percy. "I wouldn't complain. In fact, I would sing a little song and dance a little jig, and everything would be simply delightful, except for the fact that my tummy would hurt so bad I could unfly." Sammy shook his head and started nibbling on the sandwich. "Suit yourself," he said. And Percy was just about to take his magnificent bite when a regal-looking goose waddled up to them. "Excuse me," she said, "but that sandwich looks absolutely divine. May I please have a bite?" "No," said Sammy, "it's mine." The goose gasped. "How rude. Do you know who I am? I am, in fact, the queen of this park, and it is my God-given right to eat all the sandwiches." "Oh yeah," said Sammy. "Well, actually, the sandwich is sort of in my tree." "Oh really? Well, that's certainly a predicament," said the goose. "How about I take the entire sandwich, and then cut it into teeny tiny pieces, and then toss them up in the air, and then catch them in my mouth, one by one, until there is absolutely nothing left?" "Actually, that sounds wonderful," said Sammy. Before the goose could make a single cut, though, a portly pig ambled up to them. "Ooh, what's this? A sandwich? May I please have a bite?" "No," said the goose. "It's mine." "Oh really? Well, it does look absolutely divine. How about I take the entire sandwich and then roll around in the mud until it's nice and dirty, and then eat it all at once?" "Ugh, that sounds awful," said the goose. "It would be my pleasure," said the pig. A wise old turtle ambled up to them. Children, why are you fighting over a silly sandwich?" "Because I found it first," said Sammy. "Because I was eating it first," said Percy. "Because it's mine," said the goose. "Because I want to get dirty," said the pig. The turtle looked at them all, and then he looked at the sandwich, and then he looked at them all again. "Why don't we all just work together to share the sandwich?" he said. "All right," said the turtle, taking a bite. The others nodded eagerly, and soon the sandwich was nothing but crumbs. As they ambled off together, Percy turned to Sammy. "You know," he said, "flying around the park like a helicopter while crumbs fall from my beak really is as fun as it looks." "Yeah," said Sammy, "but you gotta admit, it sure is pretty." Percy smiled. "Pretty," he said. "The end."